Fair use. This commentary is for entertainment and educational purposes. I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. Unfortunately, because there's an ongoing legal case, there's very little that I can say right now. But clearly, while this sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all. And I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about this situation as soon as I can. Now, Tiffany Haddish finally decided to say something after she and Ari Spears have been accused of having groomed and molested two then minor children, minor siblings years ago. Now I've seen the skit and it is foul. It is foul, it is disgusting, and in my opinion speaks to the mind of two very twisted grown people. Because why would these adults think that this would be okay, that they could present something like this that includes minor children without believing or without thinking that there will be ramifications for their actions? These innuendos were disturbing, sickening, and I just cannot understand what was going through their minds, why this was something that they thought that they could have done without it coming back to haunt them. Now I have my opinion. Here we go. Now listen, there's absolutely nothing that could justify two adults playing around with children in a manner that could be interpreted as grooming and molestation. Absolutely nothing. A PSA should not mimic vile behaviors, especially with the participation of children. How could that be okay? I am fully aware of the intent or the so-called explanation given for this very disgusting behavior. However, the illustrations did not reflect anything that speaks to wholesome content. I know these are all allegations, but you cannot unsee what you've seen. And proximity, even though there may not have been any touching, any physical activity, meaning any real interactions in a physical manner, proximity is enough for a child to feel violated. Are we going to deny the sexual innuendos? Listen, there was a complete moral disconnect displayed by both Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears. And I believe all the adults in this situation failed these children. As we know by now that the scenario is that the mother knew Tiffany Haddish and she trusted her. Trust no one. Even as adults, you don't trust other adults. Why would you trust your children with strangers? Any adult who is not related to you, even people who share your bloodline, you have to be very, very alert and careful when having your children in their presence. You should always be aware that things can happen to your children if you don't protect them. This is awful. This is disgusting. And I'm not saying, okay, I think it was a lapse in judgment by the mother. But these things should not happen. They should not happen. Now the children are left with these mental and emotional scars to bear. And then there comes everyone doubting their experience. Even though people would have witnessed and would have seen the video, would have seen the skit, they're still doubting their experience. They're still doubting their trauma. Trauma has levels. And because of that, okay, there might be lapse in memory and how things would have occurred. But that does not give anyone the right to disprove or just say, okay, this story is not credible. And then to say, okay, this is a money grab. It is offensive and it is hurtful to the people who were violated. If someone believes that they're violated, it is you now to disprove or whatever. Let it go through the court system. Public opinion is going to be public opinion. People are going to say what they want to say. But it is always in someone's best interest to cast doubt on the story of the victim. Predators have a way of being very savvy. Very savvy. And this is alleged. I'm not calling anyone names. I'm speaking in general. And because everybody wants to be famous, people see their children as being the next child star, who would have this long-lasting career. These situations will always occur. And it is unfortunate because these things, this is real life. This is real life. There are so many instances and cases where child stars recall their lives being in turmoil because they were sacrificed so that adults could realize their dreams. I know this occurred 10 years ago, but it carries and is still impactful to the degree. I am aware that nothing came of this skit, but that would have been the intent, right? You start from a skit, you're partially there because people have pipe dreams and you can sell them a dream because all one needs to do is to provide a hint of hope. And there you go. People are that gullible. Listen, in my mind, this skit for a PSA should not have been considered. And what is ironic above all is that the message got so lost. Ultimately, the perception is that it gave the appearance as if they were the ones that the children needed protection from. You see how quick that could turn bad? You see how quick things could turn around and work against you when one fails to recognize that they do not control all the variables. The ish could hit the fan real fast and it could cause a real big mess. Now this is the mess that these two people are trying to clean up. Now listen, adults, grown-ass people, children are off limits to you, especially when their parents are not around. Stay away from people's children. Be wise. Use wisdom. Use better judgment. Discern when you should just remove yourself from a situation. Incidents of this magnitude could be very difficult for someone to recoil from. Before I get off here, everything is alleged, even in the face of what we have seen. These are still allegations. And something that occurred to me also is, where's the father? I've heard no mention of a father in this scenario, which is unfortunate because the protection aspect was most definitely not forthcoming from a father or a father figure. I don't know where this man is. I don't know if he's around. This was just an afterthought. This was just something that occurred to me that I thought I should mention. Now, this very bizarre story is still unfolding, and I will stay abreast with the new developments as new information is released and new details are revealed. Now, parents, guardians, whomever, protect the children. Protect your children. Adults should not be taking actions that would cause children grief and long-lasting trauma and pain and hurt that often carries through their lives and robs them of a normal life and a normal way of living and a normal way of being. That is unfair, that is sad, that is sick. Please protect your children. Share your thoughts down in the comment section, and please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, stay safe and be self-aware. See you in the next video.